boy. Yeah, boy, it's been a while since I've been live. Holy smokes. Wow. I hope everybody's doing good. Epiphonium, you're going to love this episode. No epi, and, pun intended. Oh, yeah, Mitch, it's great to see you. Thanks for stopping in today. It's been fun to catch you on other live streams recently, man. It's been fun. I didn't know. I'm starting to find other guitar communities, and it's been really interesting. And I've met a lot of really cool people. So it's been really cool. Hi, Camellia. Hello, welcome. I haven't done a live from my bench for, I don't know, it's been a few weeks, I think, since I've done anything in here. Now, this isn't going to be anything, really monumental, aside from I've got two really beautiful old Kalamazoo, Michigan built Epiphone guitars in my shop right now. And it's amazing because I don't see an Epiphone Casino or Riviera or a Zenith or any of these types of guitars for years, and then all of a sudden, boom, I've got two of them at my shop at the same time. So it's kind of a strange place to be right now. I do not see this very often, nor will many people ever be in the presence of these two guitars in the same shop. They're not utterly, totally rare, but they are both very old. Again, Kalamazoo built Epiphone, so they're equivalent to a Gibson, built at the same factory as all the Gibson guitars that are very famous. And it's really cool to have them, and I'm honored that these guys both chose me to help them move these guitars. Now, what they both really need is a good spring cleaning. It's almost springtime, right? The weather's getting longer. We've had a beautiful sunny day here. I hope the weather's good where you are. I want to kind of give you a flyby or a flyover on the Casino and kind of give you some ideas of, if you're trying to sell a guitar, things you can do to sell it more quickly and make people a little more interested in your instrument. And I'm going to check the messages. Charlie, hello. I recently bought a Casino. Oh, good. Okay, cool. Epiphonium, I'm great. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, Mitch. Yeah, and Sundays are kind of my absolutely dedicated music days. So I will probably be visiting his show in the future for sure. I have no obligations aside from my cat, which, if you call that an obligation, I'm pretty free. Preston, hello, brother. And Charlie, time to spring into action. Yep, indeed. Dude, I hope you're feeling well, Preston, and lifestyle changes are helping with your newfound medical condition that you've got, man. I hope that that's going well. And just for the record, my uncle is still doing great. He's 74 now and been fighting emphysema. He got emphysema, diagnosed with it when he was, 60. And he changed his lifestyle, gave up all the intoxicating intake stuff that can fuck up your lungs, mess up your lungs. And he eats gummy stuff for his THC fix, because he's been a hippie since before hippies were hippies. And he enjoys life just like he always did. He'll sip a beer and have a gummy, and he doesn't even use oxygen very often. He's taken very good care of himself. So just a testimony to what's possible. Yep. Need a lot of alarms. Yeah. Yep. Good to hear that. Okay, so let's just dive into this guitar real quick, and I'll show you. I'll give you a flyby on both of them. The photo in my stream heading is both of the guitars, and they are both very beautiful old instruments. This one, we believe, is built in 1967. There's a couple of reasons that we feel that way about it. Check out the headstock logo, and it does have a serial number stamped on the back of the headstock. And now here's something interesting about this one also, and I want you to see if you can take note. I'm going to turn some light on, maybe help. Can you see what's right underneath the serial number in the top of that? You see what I'm seeing? Zach, hello, brother. Hey, what's happening? If you can't see that, that's a 2, which means this is a second, a B stock. It had a flaw. Now, it's 2023, so this guitar is, how old? 60? 66 years old? No, 56 years old. Is that right? And my math skills is bad. It's about 56 years old, so it's older than I am. Brad, hey man. Dude, and a new desk and red. Some kind of Ninja Turtles. And that's another thing. And Brad, it's so good to see you, and thanks for stopping in today. You might find this really interesting. I don't know how into vintage instruments everybody is, but I'm feeling lucky today. Let me turn this light off. It's blinding me. It's very bright. Got a couple old. So it's a B stock or a second, and given the fact that it's 2023 and this thing's 56 years old, if you can find what's wrong with it, let me know. You have bionic eyesight or artificial intelligence, idiocy, whatever you want to call it. I found nothing on this that would lead me to think it was a B stock. But back then, a B stock could have been the color of the fingerboard that they didn't like or something. So it could be that dumb. And usually that's what it is. So this is the Casino. It is not a Riviera. I've been asked that question by a lot of guys. We have a lot of like old vintage guitar players that I call when I get something like this in. I say, hey, come look at this. This guitar is for sale. It's not going to look like this when it's done. So just know that. It's going to be cleaned up. So that's the Casino. Now, I'm going to grab this other one here real quick. We'll leave you. Now, this is an Epiphone Zenith. Yes, it's a Zenith. And I have to be totally honest. And it's rare with all the thousands upon thousands of guitars I've held and worked on and fixed, and I have never actually seen one of these that I'm aware of in real life. And for me to be able to say that's pretty bold. But so many of you may have never seen a Zenith before. I don't know, but look at the name on the headstock. The way that looks, isn't that cool? I mean, it's old school Gibson looking lettering. It also has a 3-ply neck. You can see on the back of that, it's got a 3-ply neck, so a very strong neck. And the owner of this, again, he wants to sell this guitar also. And he has done an amazing job keeping this guitar clean. It is spotless, almost spotless. It has, check out the truss rod cover. Look at that. It's almost like an output jack on a Stratocaster, only reverse, right? So very cool, cool stuff that I have in my shop. This one even has the original saddle and bridge on it. That's unheard of. These things get lost first thing every single time. Someone takes the strings off, it throws it in the closet, this falls off, and they never see it again. That's an original one. So this guitar is pretty valuable. I'm seeing them in the neighborhood of $2,000 to $3,000. You can look them up on Google if you'd like. Reverb, whatever it is. So got these two really cool, really super cool guitars. So let's just dig right into it. Took a little time. Let's do a flyby here so you can see what this thing looks like and the kind of the condition it's in, where there's a little wire. You can see a wire. We'll hide that. But the original knobs, the original, this is extraordinary on both of these guitars, the original pick guard is on it. With all the original hardware. It's even got the original washer under this set screw. Original, I believe these are P90s, but I don't know. They could be some form of a P100. And the original, I believe these are nylon saddles, which my Harmony has these in them, so they're really cool. And obviously the frets need to be cleaned, and the fingerboard needs to be cleaned and treated. And the original truss rod cover is on it. And look at the dust. I ran my finger over that, which that's going to be really easy to clean. But and then it's got the Kluson machine heads. Guitar is 100% original minus this. Now, why somebody put that on this guitar, I have no idea as to why they would have put that strap button there. Unless they were playing it left-handed. You see what I mean? Usually you'd put one here, or the original one is here, like a Gibson SG. But they put it on the top side of that neck, and I don't know if somebody made a drinking, probably. I need to put a strap lock in it. You know, this is a terrible, this location, both of these, this is like the worst thing I've ever seen unless you play. So I'm going to have to remove that and fill that hole, because that's just, I can't leave that there. But this is kind of a bad place for strap buttons to be also, because your guitar will tend to want to tilt forward. They do that on Gibson SGs, and a few other Gibson models have it right there. I'm not a fan of that, but thus be it. If you do have one like that, I highly recommend putting a strap lock on it, because they come off, the straps come off of there quite often. All right, so let's just dig right in and start cleaning this thing up. It's probably time for me to shut my face, shut my pie hole, and get some work done. Oh, and also, if you didn't notice over here behind me, I've got a Peavey Classic 50, right? An old amp right there. That one's about, 25 years old. It's hardly ever been used. Fixed that yesterday. I had to reflow all of the solder joints on the circuit board in that one. That was really fun. And I sent home I think it's a Kendrick brand, Badassman. It's a Bassman circuit. The guy copied the Fender Bassman circuit and thought he did it better than them, and I'd like to find him and give him a piece of my mind. But I've gotten 2 amps repaired this week alone. Well, I take that back. The Kendrick I got done last week, but really cool to get some work done like that. And get guys their instruments back. The guy that owns the Badassman amp, oh my God, you guys, this guy is a monster guitar player. And my understanding is he's even better bass player, but I've never heard him play bass because he's always playing lead guitar. All right, so I'm trying to get the strings off of this, and you'll notice this trapeze type tailpiece on it, which is not common on casinos. We were a little confused because this is commonly seen on Rivieras, and they come right off of there. We were a little confused as to what this thing was, and possibly if this had possibly been, maybe this tailpiece had been replaced. But in the very few pictures I can find of this guitar, there are some models in 1967 and 68, and even one in 69 that had this type of tailpiece. So I don't believe it's been modified. It's pretty normal for them to have this sort of thing. And get the strings off of this, and we'll start cleaning her. And we got knot tied again. No need for that. Come on. Ouch. You can't see what I'm doing, but I just poked my finger because these strings are probably 35 years old, so I'm going to wind them up and keep them with the guitar. But I just poked my finger because the way whoever put these strings on last time put them on and left the strings cut long so that when you touch them with your finger, you know you poke your finger. Don't ever do that. This is unsolicited advice. I've been doing this a long time, and the only time I ever get my finger poked is when I have to change somebody else's strings when they put them on wrong, in my humble opinion. All right. Yeah. Got a hole in the front. Yeah. Yep. These things do. It's a really beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, they're really interesting. They come completely off the instrument. And one thing you got to be very careful of is that when you put them back on the guitar, you don't put them on backwards. That would be backwards. This would be correct. So the other thing you want to be careful of with these is not letting them drop and hit the guitar. You'll ding up the finish down here very, very easily if you do that. So these are now, one thing I want to do, I'm going to pull this saddle off of here and look at all the dust on that thing. Isn't that gross? This all this on here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started cleaning. I'm going to wipe that stuff off there. My first little bit of cleaning on this guitar. That's all basically I'm going to be doing today, is cleaning this thing. And I'm going to do a full, what I call a full Monty setup on this instrument, which means I'm going to set this guitar up so that if I gave it to Eric Clapton, he would love to play this thing. Or if I gave it to Epiphone, or if I gave it to Preston Smith, or if somebody handed it to me, I'd be in love. I would be in love. So we're going to set this thing up as nicely as possible. I want to see what the stems situation is. This is a semi-hollow. It's not a fully hollow bodied guitar. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all of this hardware off of it that I can. And I'm going to do my best to not have to remove any screws or anything like that. I don't like to do that on old guitars. If there's no need to remove something, don't. You end up potentially, you know, having to fill a hole in a guitar where you've stripped out the screw. Yeah, interesting how these are on there. Okay, a little bit of a dust bunny there. We're going to go ahead and clean this pick guard as best we can without chemicals. I don't like using much on the pick guards because the plastic chemicals can do some weird stuff to plastics. So even if you're cleaning, you know, your acoustic guitar, you know, it's a good idea to try to not spray your polishing compound. Well, I use the 65 polishing compound. It's good not to spray that on the plastic parts if you can avoid it. Getting a little on there isn't going to hurt anything, I don't think, but trying to do your best to not get any chemicals on that plastic is a way to preserve it and keep it healthy for many, many years. So I'm just using a dry rag right now, knocking all the dust and anything I can get off of it with a dry rag off of it. And we'll go over the fingerboard. Binding on this looks really good. I haven't noticed any of it peeling off, and I'm going to wipe down the headstock. Let's take a look at this, what it looks like before. Yeah, and even the pick guard. Here we go. Look at that. Coming right back to life. Alright, so why don't we, since I'm up here, I'm going to start at this end of the spectrum, and I'm going to start cleaning this. And I'm not going to remove any of the machine heads. Hang on, I got to check, my pancreas is yelling at me again. Doggone it, I just ate lunch. Kind of interesting. I think my blood sugar might be, I might have to eat some Skittles. Good grief, where am I? Oh man, whew, I'm low. I got to eat something. Hang on, I'm going to have some Skittles. I'm gonna not work on this guitar when my blood glucose is that low. I think I overdid my insulin at lunchtime today. I took a little bit too much. Diabetic is a blessing in disguise. So I have to eat some Skittles, so forgive me for eating on my stream. Zach, I've been seeing you in some new places also. That's cool. John Deshane, hello, welcome to my stream, man. Thank you for popping in. I've begun opening up my streams to anyone, so you don't have to be subscribed to my channel to be able to comment and such. I'm giving that a shot. Yeah, it just means I gotta eat some Skittles, and these things are awful. But they're so loaded with sugar that they get my blood glucose back up to normal in moments. It doesn't take long at all, so this is something I'm used to. I have to do this every single day. They say, I'm totally off subject, but it's a good time to talk about this. They say that the average diabetic makes 300 decisions a day based on taking care of their managing and controlling their disease. And I've tried to like think about how many decisions I make every day with regard to controlling my disease as tightly as I do. And to say I make 300 decisions a day based on kind of strange, maybe a little extreme, but it's possible that I do. Because even when I'm working on guitars, I might think, oh, did I take my insulin? Oh, okay, I took my insulin. I feel a little strange. Let me check my blood sugar. You know, and in order to have really tight control of the disease, you've got to do that. I'm healthier and happier than most people I know that are my age that aren't diabetics. I have zero issues with any type of extra, I don't know, things that happen when people don't take care of themselves when they're diabetic. So again, kind of a sidetrack thing there, but I had to say something. Now, John, did I see you at OU812's stream the other day? Were you playing on that one? I'm terrible with names, man, and I met so many cool people, and I was nervous about playing like that, but I mean, I don't get nervous about playing. I don't feel like I played very well, but yeah. Oh, it's Falco here. I didn't see him. There he is. All right. I do have a moderator, so be sure to swear a lot and, you know, tell political jokes, because my moderator will handle that. He's a pretty good guy, and he is an amazing host of his own shows. John Deshane I thought I recognized your name, man. Yeah, okay. I did. Oh, long beard, right? You have the long beard? Oh, no. Man, describe yourself, man. Or you know what I'll do? I'm gonna go to your channel right now, because I'm not gonna work on this guitar with my blood glucose like that. I gotta be sharp. This is a very, very valuable instrument. Oh, let me find your channel. I tried,
The guy came back again while you were upstairs. The guy with keyboard and
oh yeah,
ukulele spent the whole hour. He said, I'm going to buy a book and I'm going to borrow you. I said, if you want to get your own instrument, you're not going to be able to discern anything borrowing a ukulele for 2 or 3 days. I can't do it. You know, you have no. He started telling me about his fingers. I said, you have no physical limitations. I don't want to hear about big fingers or short fingers. Or that was the first, because I heard it every lesson that I ever gave. First time I said, don't ever say it again because it's untrue.
Can't never did anything.
Yeah, and just, my fingers are too big or my fingers are too this. I said, you're not going to be able to, I'll sell you the book, but...
I always, when anybody says that to me, I always, who's that guy? John, he's a guitar player and he's blind. and one of these guys on my stream, I'm broadcasting doing this work on this right now.
Oh, yeah.
My boss, my fearless leader is. What's his? Who knows that guy? He's a big, huge dude, and he's obese beyond belief. But he's one of the fastest ripping guitar players in the world, man. I always say, hey, no, I can't remember, John something. I think his name starts with a John. Maybe somebody. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Turn your head.
Yeah, God, I took a little bit too
Well,
much.
get back to work. I
Yeah.
just thought you might get a kick out of it.
I hope that guy buys a ukulele or a keyboard. He just isn't doing any music, and he wants to, but he won't.
Yeah, he's overthinking.
Yeah, way.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to comfort him with that yesterday, just showing him the keyboard stuff.
Totally.
Everything's in front of you. You can, anything you want, you can do. You know.
Yep. Did good.
I tried. Okay, John. Now I know you. Okay, yeah. You're kind of when is it not Ben? When he's talking, you're kind of noodling around on your guitar. I love that, dude. That is so cool, and it's totally non-intrusive. And I had to follow you multiple times at the jam the other day. Yeah, okay, thanks, Mitch. Yeah, I remember you now, man. Smile free. What's shaking? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in today. Yeah, John, you just did a fantastic job of playing, man. That Sewer is really a sweet guitar. I don't own any Sewers. In fact, I pretty much... I guess I have a few different brands of guitars. I haven't bought a new guitar since 2011. I was given a new guitar recently that I'll try to use on the broadcast one of these times if I can get in there and play again. But forgive me, guys. I'm sitting here eating in front of you. I feel terrible about that, but I have to. I appreciate that, Mitch. I'm sure I've been doing awesome stuff. Yeah, Ben Coombs. Dave, hello. Good to see you, man. Oh, I appreciate that, John. And I've been my channel's pretty small. Most of them are. If you don't have 200,000 subscribers, it's a pretty small channel. But I've been trying to do the exact same thing as what he's doing on his show. But finding guys that are willing to come on and play has been a real... The Falcro does, and that boy's getting good. R2, R3, brother, what's happening? But I've been improvising my whole life. I've spent literally my entire career playing guitar, improvising. Even if I play in a cover band, yeah, I learn the trademark licks and all that stuff, and make sure that people know that I know the guitar solo, but I improvise. So I enjoy that so much, and I'm grateful. I think OU812 showed up on one of my streams at some point. I have no idea how or why, but he let me know about what he was doing and invited me. And so I joined the stream on Sunday and was just kind of chatting and watching what was happening. And I had watched a pre-recorded. I rewatched one before, and I was like, damn, he's doing exactly what I'm trying to do. But I haven't had the same, I don't know, subscribers, I guess, maybe that's what it is, or people that watch my channel. And I'm 57%, my viewership is unsubscribed. So, oh well. But my channel's growing. It's growing. I'm enjoying that. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. R2, R3, man, it was so fun to listen to you play. I think it seemed like in the circulation you ended up following me a few times, which was really fun to hear the contrast in our playing styles. And that's what's so beautiful about it, is you get to improvise with that many different dudes. And I'm still kind of getting learning how the vibe of and the time frame that you're allotted. Everybody is so polite about just playing a little bit and like looking at the camera and going, okay, it's the next guy's turn, whoever that might be. Really cool. And you know, I spent a lot of years playing in jazz bands, and I know I'm talking a lot right now. But I gotta let my blood glucose. I still got a few minutes before it's back up. Hit it twice. I was gonna say, back in my high school, when I was taking private lessons in high school, I was lucky enough to grow up when money was available for arts and dance and theater and guitars and saxophone. We had a private guitar instructor at my shop, or at my school, that I still know and am still good friends with today. But we played jazz, and we would do the whole trading for things. I'd play for this, the trumpet would play for, the piano would play for, the sax would play for, the trombone would play for, the drummer would take for, the guitar would take. It was, dude, that was so much fun. Some of the best playing times in my life were doing that, and it was just like what I experienced on Sunday. So I'm really grateful that has happened. Yeah. And Smytree, I'm not sure if I've ever met you, but welcome to the channel. Is it Smytree? Yeah. Smytree. Smytree too. Wait, it's your tree. Yeah, it's your tree. Welcome to the channel, man. I don't know if we've ever met before. If you're a guitar player, bless your heart. If you're not and you just enjoy looking at you know what I'm doing here, I hope you enjoy this broadcast. It'll be fun. I'll show you how to clean how I go about cleaning a guitar. That pretty valuable instrument here. So I appreciate you being here. Yeah, that was fun, man. And you know what? The other part of that was really cool is that the audience listening that weren't playing with us were so friendly and kind with their comments and complimenting people. You know, and, it was just really cool. What a great community that he's got. It's my tree. Trev. Oh. Okay. All right. So we played together on Sunday too, didn't we? Is that correct? Because man, I got done with that. I'll go back and I'll be sure to subscribe to everybody's. Let me. Let's see. R2, R3. Oh, dude, I made you a. That's right. I made you a moderator on my channel, and I thank you for doing that. Oh, you okay? Oh, okay. You were the guy with the big long. I love your beard, and I'm working on it. My dad is 84 years old and has a beard down to his belly and a ponytail down to his ass, and I'm gonna look just like him when I turn 84 years old too. But big silver fox, man. I love it. Yeah, I wonder. Okay, yeah. So that link right there. Thank you for doing that, man. I don't expect any moderators to do anything. I mean, even if somebody posts some shitty words or whatever, we can. Paying attention to it encourages it ultimately. What I've seen, but having a moderator, having you guys here and helping me with that, yeah. Life goals, exactly, brother. Okay. I think I'm back in business. It takes about 10 minutes for my blood glucose to get back. And I know the audio isn't real great on this. I'm just using this Logitech webcam. So I know I'm not real loud, I don't think. I could probably... Oh, my sensor. Okay. So let's get to cleaning. So the first thing I'm going to do is get one of my favorite cleaning tools. And this is for any of the metal parts I can take off of there. But I do own one of these. This was a gift to me by a parent of one of my guitar students. And if you know what this is, you know how expensive these things are. They ain't cheap. Yeah, that, oh, and to further that point, that stream, OU812, has a really great channel. He's a really, really cool dude. And he has a live stream where you can go on and play with people. Oh, cool. Thanks, Mitch. It's not like being at home where I got all the control that I usually have. Although I am going to be doing some work in here to improve my bench setup. Okay. So I'm going to take the bridge and the tail pieces on this guitar and put them in the old vibrator and get your minds out of the gutter. And what I do, I generally use Simple Green for cleaning parts on the guitars, fingerboards, things like that. It's a really, really good cleaner. But one thing is, if you use this stuff, if you get any residue from it on the finish of a guitar, be damn certain to get it off there while it's still wet. Just fair warning, this stuff will, if you, especially like if you have a maple fretboard, or a maple neck, let's just say, like on an Ibanez or something like that, and you let you clean the fingerboard and a drip goes over the edge and gets down on the backside, it can stain that stuff. Ask me how I know. I've been doing this for a long time. So, but it's a great cleaner. It really does a good job, and it smells pretty good too. So give me a second. I gotta put some water in here, and I'll get this stuff covered up, and we'll get going. I'll plug this in and get this stuff cleaned. And I can't tell you, guys, how absolutely grateful I was for that jewelry cleaner. I mean, what a gift. I couldn't believe it. But the guy said that he bought it for a hobby that he had when he had to clean stuff very meticulously, and then he stopped doing it. He said he'd had it sitting in his house for years. So it was very cool. Dave, hi, brother. Welcome. Okay. Water and Dawn, yeah. The only problem I have with Dawn is that it bubbles, and this thing vibrates, and so it would literally bubble over. I don't want that mess. Is Jam Pro here? Are you kidding me? Yeah, there he is. Hey, brother. I'm just trying to be sure to say hi to everybody today. I don't go live from here very often anymore. I'm so busy, I can't. People are paying me to do this shit. I can't spend my time bullshitting with you guys, right? But Water and Dawn would be a good idea too. Give me a second. I'm going to plug this thing in, fire it up, and we'll get to cleaning that guitar now. Go. I'm almost there. Woohoo, there it is. Oh, it's on turbo. All right. If you hear that vibrating in the background, it's my toy. All right. My toy is vibrating. All right. Let's go up here and clean the neck first. Why not? Let's get this out of the way. We'll clean the headstock and the neck and get all this stuff shiny. Make it look good. Give me just a second here. I know you're probably getting motion sickness. All right, here we go. So, you guys have probably seen thousands of guitar repair videos, is what my guess is. Dave's World of Fun stuff. What's his name? Jerry Rosa, one of the greatest luthiers in our country, possibly in the world. So, I'm following in their footsteps. Difference is I do a lot more live stuff than those guys do, because I know doing guitar repair, it's fairly time consuming, and I know it can get boring. So I don't think a lot of guys will do live streams simply because they can get a little boring. So I've got the paper towel there, and I'm going to use, I'm not sponsored, but you guys want your frets to look good? Dude, next time you change the strings, use some of this, because watch what happens with these frets. This stuff is, and you notice in the order of operations that I'm doing this, and pay close attention to that, because there's a reason that I'm doing it this way, of course. Let's see. Ed, what's happening? Yeah, me too. It's my tree. I love Dave. And you know, I've talked with him a few times over the years in some consultation type conversations, because he knows that we are brothers in arms when it comes to doing guitar restorations and repairs. And I think we have definitely have a mutual respect. So there's the first 3 frets that I've done, and look at the difference. I don't know how well my camera is showing that, and I'll get you right down in the business in a moment. But yeah, all that's coming off these frets, and I'm telling you guys, semi-chrome polish is, even if you have a little scratch in the finish, because that's one thing I did notice the other day on that stream, the Sunday Jam, was that a lot of guys have really nice guitars that they just take immaculate care of. I mean, they're flawless, no scratches, no dings, at least nothing you could see on the stream. And I'm not that picky about my guitars. I'm of the opinion, if your guitar doesn't have scratches in it, you're not playing it enough. Right? I don't know if anybody agrees with me on that, but it does have something to do. Or you're not gigging. If you're a gigging musician, you play a guitar that doesn't have any scratches in it, I don't know how many gigs you're doing. I'd have to question that. Let's see, my 2010 Les Paul Traditional, and it's a burst, cherry burst. First night I did a gig with it, our bass player turned around and smacked the back of my neck on my guitar with his the neck of his guitar, which was a composite neck, and put a nice big old dent in it. Literally the first night right out of the box. I literally got that guitar, first gig, boom. Like, no way. So, but also at the same time I went, well, I got that out of the way. Got to get that first ding in it. You know, a guitar without a ding in it's kind of like a boat parked in a garage. You probably don't catch too many fish off of it, and you don't go water skiing behind it. You got to put some scratches in your guitar. No, I suppose if you're, you know, a musician who's retired and your guitars are just always in use at your recording studio or whatever, at that point, yeah, you can probably keep them pretty scratch free. But that's not me yet. I'm still a gigging musician. I have to take them out and play shows, and that's how all of us here at this shop are. Basically, everybody that works here minus one are actually still performing live in concert venues and in festivals and things like that. And our fearless leader, who I was talking with earlier, he still gigs with a 1952 Fender Telecaster. And I know I've said that a lot of times on my show, so those of you who are usually here have heard me tell that story, but it's amazing how many times he walks up on stage. I mean, if you go watch his band play, you're literally sitting in the presence of American history. It's a 1952 Fender Telecaster on stage, for Christ's sake. most people don't ever see one out of a glass case, but don't those frets look better? I mean, if you're going to buy the guitar, doesn't that look kind of nice, right? Wouldn't you rather buy that than all dungy, old oxidized, gucky looking? Now, this guitar, I'm not going to do a fret level on it at this point, but because the gentleman's going to sell it, and I did play the guitar and it plays just fine. There's no fret buzz or anything like that, but this is getting to a level where they look 1,000 times worse than they are, and that's no joke. If you've had a fret level done before, these you can barely even feel them. I'm running my fingernail across where these dings are, and it's not worthy of doing a fret level. I think it's got some a year or two left of some hard playing before it's time to do a fret level on this. So we'll just leave that be. Now, here we go with the simple green process. We're going to clean the fingerboard. Now I'm going to lay some rags on the surface of the guitar. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing my best to keep any of the simple green from getting on the finish, because it'll leave, like, it's just hard to get off. It does a good job of cleaning, but it kind of smears a little bit, I guess is the way I'd like to say it. It smears a little bit. So, and I don't want to get any of this on the pickups. So here's my process. Hopefully my camera guy's following. You guys know he drinks a lot. He's a heavy drinker, my camera operator. I think he's been smoking some weed today too. Probably out in the parking lot doing bong hits, right? Which I'm cool with that, but he has a hard time keeping up with me. Now I'm doing I'm really getting serious with every space on this one. I really want to get all of this guck. This guitar has, as near as I can, what I was told was that this guitar has been sitting in the case for 35 years. And get this, it has the original case. I ain't kidding. You know, how often do you see that? That's amazing. So, you know, the fact that this is an Epiphone, it's got the original Epiphone case, and it was a fairly expensive Epiphone even when it was made. This is a very valuable instrument. So look at all the gut coming off of that fingerboard. Isn't that nasty? Nasty. Nasty. Now again, the reason I do the polishing first and then clean the fingerboard like I'm doing in that order is because now I just washed off any excess polish that was left on the fingerboard. So it's just kind of saving myself a step of having to clean the fingerboard twice ultimately. If I clean the fingerboard first and then polish the frets, yeah, you get the picture. We'll let this sit here for a little bit and dry. Looking good. God, this thing is gorgeous. Look at that wood. It just came right back to life. And we ain't even done yet. Just wait. Now, this is what I was talking about because I can see that the simple green has dripped down to the back of the neck onto the finish. You've got to get that stuff off of there as immediately as you can. I can't say that it'll leave stains in every fingerboard, I mean every neck, but it could. So I'm just being real diligent about cleaning it. So we got that all done. Oh boy, that nut's chipped a little bit right there. I'm not going to do anything about that right now. All right, so let's clean the headstock, and in doing that, what I'm going to do is pull off the plastic truss rod cover, because we don't want to get chemicals on it. keep it from getting nasty. What's
The
happening?
gentleman has been here for 2 years. He's a guitar player. First time in the store. I already yelled at him.
Welcome. Where you been all my life?
I didn't know anybody did this here in town.
How are you doing, man?
Doing well, man.
My name's Marshall.
Marshall, Alan.
Alan, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
We're it's Epiphone week for some reason. I've got two really beautiful Epiphones that I'm
Really nice guitar.
fixing up. Yeah.
I want an Epiphone Hummingbird.
Oh.
The new ones are just
Yeah,
so nice. Be
beautiful.
inspired by or whatever.
I don't have an. We don't have any hummingbirds at the shop right now.
Yeah.
We have Gibson or Epiphone. Do you commonly play acoustic guitar or both?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah. I just didn't know anybody did this here in town, man. I just changed out a saddle on my acoustic.
Oh,
I know. Outside, just sanding it down, putting it back in, put the strings on there. I'm like, man, I hope this is right.
well, congratulations on
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of guys wouldn't dare do that.
Well, the last person who did it.
Not a good job.
No, they put a saddle in there, it didn't fit in the slot, and then it was just angled over, and then
Oh, yeah.
tightened it down. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I
It's gotta
keep
at least fit in there.
buffalo horn, deer antler, and just straight up cow bone saddles in stock.
Right?
And I keep them that are pre-cut, and I also have them the buffalo horn and the deer antler. I have to build those myself.
Okay.
But deer antler, dude, that is holy smokes.
Yeah, this one I put in was Tusk, TUSQ,
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
on a
and that's fine.
Canadian.
Let me show you. This is this pile of them that I have.
Yeah.
Probably look a lot like that.
Yep.
What brand of guitar is it?
I have a Simon and Patrick. I have a bunch
yeah.
of different ones. That was it's a Canadian. They got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole Godin, whatever family.
Art and Lutherie, Simon
Yep.
Patrick, yep, all those ones.
Seagull, I think can be thrown in
Seagull,
there.
yep.
I think they can.
It's amazing. And I think one thing that I love about that company, I think that they are training prisoners, if I'm not mistaken. That they
kinda cool.
have like an apprenticeship program
Yeah.
with guys that are in prison.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that. I don't know. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
But very cool thing that they're doing for the rehabilitating guys who might have made a wrong choice in life. But yeah, and we used to be a Godin dealership, but and I'm not 100%. Oh boy, okay, forgive me. I'm thinking out loud here.
So what all do? Do you just do setups? Do you change out pickups?
I build guitars.
Okay.
I repair cellos. I repair upright basses. If it can make music, I'll fix it.
Okay.
I repair electronic equipment. I just did this
Okay.
amp yesterday. We have all of these amps that have all been restored right here that we've been working on.
Okay.
And so if it can make music, I can either fix it, clean it, get it ready for
Okay.
sale.
I think I'm about to go get my first digital amp.
Oh,
I think so. I know, right?
dude. What are you thinking of?
You know what? I want a deluxe reverb tone master.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
I like the concept of it just being one. I'm not really a modeler.
Right.
Do digital workstations. I've got a Blues Junior sitting at the house right now that it just
Yeah.
I really like.
Yeah.
Wish I could mod the hell out of it to get it where I wanted it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I like small, low watt,
Yeah.
then your clean amps.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest, man. I haven't played an actual amplifier at a live show or at my recording studio for
I get it.
years.
I get it, man.
I don't know why.
Mine's at my house, you know?
Yep.
I'm not moving it, I'm not banging it around, I'm not exposing it to the weather.
Yeah, I totally get that. And, I don't have any reason to get loud like that because everything that we do in my band when we set up is all DI. The only acoustic instrument on stage are our vocals and the drum kit. So, but having said that, all of my amp sims and stuff I use are all on. I got them all right here. I could plug into a Mesa Dual Rec or a Smart 2C Plus or anything.
Yeah, there's so many of them that are just great. I just like the concept of just one amp. And
One
just
amp.
One thing. So I don't know. I just saw that for the first time. Played one. I was like, okay. I think it's there. Yeah, my kid just got an appointment next door. I thought I'd swing in and take a look.
You getting a tattoo?
No, she's at therapy next door.
Oh, okay.
That's the other kind of therapy for adults.
Right. Oh, cool. Good for you.
What band are you in, man?
Good for you. Yeah, you know, we also have my journeyman, Stu Hensley, also is here, and he's one of the most experienced guitar techs in the country.
Okay.
He's getting up there in the years, and that dude knows more about guitars than anyone. And I grew up in a pretty big city. I'm not, you know, I know people, and that guy, he could build you a deluxe reverb amp out of his brain.
Right.
He literally would design it and build it exactly like he's such an amazing person, and we're so lucky to have him in our little town here.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I just was in Walla Walla for the first time this last weekend.
Oh, nice.
And we went to some Hot Poop.
Hot Poop.
The name of the music store. And
Jim.
They have these Walla Walla guitars.
Yeah.
In there. Have you seen those things?
Oh yeah, we've had a few of them on consignment in here from them. Yeah.
Well,
I know Jim. Jim and Mike have been friends for 60 years.
Well, my wife, I'm about to retire from the military. My wife wants, you know how they do, like, they put all your stuff in a shadow box?
Oh.
You know? My wife wants to put all that into one of those guitars and have them put, like...
Build one like
build
that.
One. I was like, that'd be cool, but I just didn't know anything about it.
They would do it, man. And those guys, they build...
Yeah, I just looked at the website. I just had no idea anybody did that kind of stuff here.
Yeah.
So, I knew.
I don't get that extreme when I build guitars. Commonly what I do is buy bodies and stuff that are done on CNC machines. You can't get them done any better or more perfect than that. The only thing you can do is choose a piece of wood.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't have the facility to do that, nor do I have the room.
Right.
So that's that part of the story. But yeah,
well,
if you ever, you know, if you have an amp or anything, or you know, if you just feel like
it's by acoustic because I know my neck's not right. I've changed out this saddle, lowered the action, and I thought I don't really have the tools to really check the neck relief the way I want to. I know you can use a string to do it, but I don't know. There's still a little buzz in there I don't like, especially if you really dig into it.
You got fret buzz going on?
Yeah, the first 3 frets. But again, I just changed out the saddle because it was just a mess, and I was like, I just didn't know anybody in town did this.
Yeah, dude, that's all I do. My entire life is music. I'm a teacher. I repair instruments all day, every day. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I take calls on Sunday night at, you know, or Sunday morning at 3 o'clock. A guy's coming through town. Hey, dude, I need a set of strings. I live in the building. I'll just come down here and get them for him. So, you know, that's my policy, man. I'm always available. So,
pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm really, actually, right now is a pretty good time because I have a lot of instruments to work on, but you know, I could get yours in on my bench immediately, man.
Sure. I had no idea. More I explore this little town, more I'm loving it.
Yeah.
We came through on a rafting trip. We're like, dude, this place is awesome. We're moving here.
Yeah.
And that's how that worked out.
Oh, dude, thank you for your service to our country, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah, everything you guys do.
I'm a Coast Guard's fan.
And
I work on the Columbia River from Lewiston to the mouth of the river. So.
I've been out. I have a buddy that lives in Brownsmead, right there near Astoria. It's 15 miles, 12 miles inland.
I was at
I've been over that bar in some of the worst stuff you could
seen
imagine.
It.
Yep. Those boats that they have are incredible, man.
Yeah, those are kids, man.
Yeah. All right, so I just discovered this guitar. Hang on, I'm doing a live stream also, so just so you know.
Yeah.
I just discovered this guitar is covered in nicotine. So I am going to be spending a couple of days cleaning this. So having said that, I've got to get that off of this instrument. Nice to meet you, man. Thanks for stopping in today. having discovered that, that takes days to get off of an instrument, and so my work is cut out for me. So I'm not going to do much more in the way of cleaning on this thing, aside from we'll just do this, one of my favorite things to do on any instrument ever, and that's putting oil on the fingerboard. And I appreciate y'all hanging with me, and you kind of get a little taste of our business here and what we do and how we treat people and all that stuff. I just love my job. There's just not much. I'm one of the lucky few, and that's what I love to be able to say that. We're gonna put some linseed oil on the fingerboard and bring this wood. Watch this stuff explode. This is an amazing, and this is a really beautiful piece of rosewood. 1967, boy, I'd have to say it's Brazilian. It's a fairly plain, but again, this is also a B stock or a number 2 guitar, and it's an Epiphone. So they may have saved the more beautifully lush rosewood for their Gibson models. But let's see what happens to this when we put some oil on it and bring this wood, just bring it right back to life. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like morning wood, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. If you've ever done, if any of you guys have ever worked on like hardwood floors or finishing cabinetry or doing anything like that, this is one of the coolest parts. The best part is not installing it, although that's a lot of fun. It's putting the finish on it and getting to see what that wood really looks like. And this is that moment. There it is. Look at that. Gorgeous neck. Gorgeous fingerboard. And also I use unboiled linseed oil. I could use the boiled stuff, but I just use the unboiled stuff. I don't, it takes about 24 hours for this stuff to finally cure. And the reason I use it is because I believe, I don't believe, I heard someplace that that's what they use on Keith Richards guitars, is linseed oil. And if it's good enough for Keith, it's good enough for anybody. That guy's been in the celebrity dead pool for like 290 years now. I love the guy. And we've been listening to the new Rolling Stones album here at the shop for about the last 2 months straight. We haven't put anything else in the CD player, and really enjoying that. So, given that, which I was kind of nervous about starting to clean this thing because it's the era of guitar that this is, and knowing that it was gigged with, I was fearing that it would be covered in nicotine, and I was absolutely right. And that takes far too long to get off. I'll be cleaning on this for all day tomorrow for sure. So, I guess one other thing I can do, I'll have your undivided. Hey Kevin, what's happening, brother? Hugh, losing the truss rod is too tight. Yep. And you know what else, dude? It could be that the nut is cut too low. No, it's likely, yeah, the neck is either backbowed or too flat, but in some cases, time for a new nut. And sometimes that's a really good solve, because if the string action is really great everywhere else, you know, I ain't afraid of putting a new nut on a guitar, and it's worthy sometimes. You know, as long as you use bone or buffalo horn or deer antler. If you got some deer antler laying around, right? Alright. Yeah. I'm hoping, let's see. I'm hoping that I discover that it's a it's a backbowed neck. And it's also, it's just interesting that guys are intimidated to turn their truss rods. I don't know if you find that kind of interesting also, Hugh, my brother in arms. And if y'all aren't subscribed to Hugh's channel, please do. He's a good dude. He does some really great collabs with a lot of different people from all over the planet. Really great guitar player. And a really great dude. But if you do go sub to his channel and you talk to him, ask him to say 11. I make myself laugh, yeah. All right. Yeah, it's interesting that, but you know, you can really mess up a guitar by doing the wrong thing with a truss rod, of course. You can even crack the neck, and I've seen it happen. Not on somebody else's guitar. Fortunately, I did it to one that was a guitar that we were setting up for sale, and it was just right on that edge of having just the right amount of relief, and it was tight. I had to tighten that, really trying to flatten it out. The neck had a really nice natural bow in it, and it got really tight, and I was like, oh, I can get it just a little bit more, and oops, crack. The neck cracked. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do also. Let's see, let me go get my my stuff out of my, here's where my I set my cleaner over there, my jewelry cleaner, right? To give you an idea. And you know what's sad? Check this out. This is kind of sad that this guitar came into my shop in this guitar case. Come on. Good old cardboard. Boy, smells good though. And let's see what we got in here. Hang on, I'm gonna take a look at what guitar picks. These could be some cool ones. Maybe a dime bag pick. Let's see. A Diodario. Well, it's a 27,000th pick, and this one is a Fender Heavy, and look at the heck, man. Dude's used the hell out of that one, right? And this one's been pretty well ground off too. So that guitar's been played. God bless America. Okay, cool. Those are really old picks too. 0.023 thousandths. All right, so let's turn off my cleaner, my washing machine, and we'll see what happens here. There's our shop, our big beautiful shop, or half of it anyway. That's what my half of the shop looks like. I gotta be careful, no Sheryl Crow, right? Oh boy, she'll sue ya. She doesn't want anybody hearing her music, or seeing her, I should say. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go dump the water out of this, and we'll see what the hardware looks like, all cleaned up. Give me a moment, you'll see what this thing can do. Shining up some parts. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh. Ooh, that's hot. Damn. Ooh. Super heat. Okay. So, you remember what that stuff looked like? What's up on the wall? I was showing you guys the wall there. Okay, you remember what these parts look like when I pull them off of the guitar. I'm gonna dry them all off. Did we find that other phone, Mike? Okay.
And stereo.
Look at that.
Are you in Cove? Okay. I just have to finish a couple things up and I'll head out in the next 10 minutes or so. I'll pick you up at school. School?
He's such a busy boy.
Joey?
Grandkids.
I have to leave early. Yeah.
That's all right. Look at that. Shined up. Now the part that I was really looking forward to seeing is the actual bridge. Look at that. Look at that. Put it in that jewelry shiner and good Lord. Remember what this looked like? Oh.
Grand
Let's
stereo.
see. Look at that. Gibson.
You are?
It says Gibson.
Okay. Bye-bye.
He's so busy. He's got grandkids and kids and everybody needs a ride, and his dog is one of the sweetest dogs you'll ever meet. I got to take her on a car ride today. I got to take a dog for a ride in my car today. It's the first time I think I've ever done that. Wow. So, you know, if you want to sell a guitar like this, you should make sure that the parts look this tidy. Right? There's no residue and guck and, you know, ultimately shit down inside the saddle pockets and all that stuff. Make them look really, really killer. You'll get what you're asking for an instrument for that. And yes, it takes some time, but what else do you do on a Saturday afternoon, right? Walk the dog, take your kids to a baseball game, take the wife out to dinner. I mean, shit. Just clean your guitar. You got better things to do than take your kids to a baseball game. Come on, right? Yeah, look at these. And part of what told me that this guitar was covered in nicotine, I kind of knew it going in, was that these wheels were kind of yellow colored. They had kind of a yellow coloration to them. I could see it, and I was definitely right. And when I dumped the water out of there, the water had a definite smell and appearance that screamed, this thing has been in a smoker's home for a long time. Now, I'm not sure why this instrument has 4 of these adjustment screws, aside from making it look nice. I think 2 of them are decorative, but these little guys, and see, there's nothing on here. Oh, and before I put those on there, I've got to clean the guitar, so I'm not going to put the, I got ahead of myself. Wasted steps, okay, but I'm just cleaning all this stuff and drying it up, getting all the water out of it, making sure nothing rusts because of my mistake. All right. God, this guitar is really coming back. This guy isn't even going to recognize it. It was such a mess when it got here. I am going to make an attempt at cleaning the body. I just want to see what happens when I spray some cleaner on it. Well, you know, it's interesting. These ones are actually kind of yellow colored, these 2, and these other ones are very bright, shiny chrome. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but so these bottom 2 that were on here are definitely they're not as fancy as the other 2. What do you call them? Beauty rings. We'll call them beauty rings, adjustment rings for the bridge and the string action. R2, thanks for dropping in today, man. It was great to see you. I hope to see you again on Sunday. If I don't play with you, I'll definitely be there. Yeah. And Hugh and Preston, be sure. I don't know if either of you guys, OU812, let me, and R2, R3 put a link in the chat a little while ago. Go up and subscribe to that guy's channel, because it gives you the opportunity to improvise with other guitar players who are at levels that are not your typical, I'm not going to mention any names. They are above average players, and you'd have a really good time. And the guy is really super cool. Boy. I'm afraid the moment I hit this with some polish, it's gonna end up being a smear fest. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This guitar is absolutely covered. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a nice clean piece of rag. Here it is, right? It's got a little bit of shit on it. Let's see here. Maybe I got a cleaner one. Well, heck. It's time for a brand new rag. Let me do that. I'm gonna bust out a brand new rag, and I want to show you guys how terrible smoking is for your lungs. What it does to your lungs. Oh, come on. Really? Brand new set of clippers, and it seems like they're already too dull. They can't even cut plastic. You can't buy good tools anymore. I joke, you can. Some of them are good. But these can barely cut a piece of plastic. Okay, so... okay, so I'm going to take this brand new rag. Right, nice and pretty and clean. Okay, let's just do this. I'm going to do a spot on this guitar I've already cleaned, alright? So doing a bit of a... I just want you guys to see how nasty nicotine is and what it does to your lungs over time. Now I've already cleaned this, so I knocked some of it off of there, but now I'm going to get into some other parts of the body, and I'm just using one little spot on this rag so I can show you all what I'm up against in trying to clean this guitar. And you know, the finish on this looks pretty shiny, but when I get the nicotine off of it, that is nicotine. Years and years of living in a smoker's home, and or they had a fireplace and this guitar was sitting out. Brand new rag. That's what I get to clean off of the that's what I get to clean off of the guitar. And that's just one teeny little spot. And it's still, can you see the, I don't know if you can see the blur in this, but holy smokes, I have my work cut out for me. This thing unfortunately is just covered with it. And really what that means is that I would be best off literally on this one to pull all of the hardware that I can pull off of this instrument, maybe even pull these studs out of here, pull that off, take everything off of it, and just bust out the old, what's known as elbow grease, and just clean the hell out of it, because this is gonna take hours to get this stuff off of here probably. So we're not gonna do that today. However, I want to do something a little bit more productive, and let's just, for the sake of argument, so we got that much off of the front of the guitar. Like, that's fucking nicotine, man. That's gross. Let's just do one little spot on the back. I'm gonna flip my rag over and we'll start clean, and I'll just polish this, try and wipe this one spot on this guitar. Yep. This one little spot. Hey.
Hey.
There you go. Hey, never smoke cigarettes. I ain't kidding.
Did that come off the guitar?
That's two little spots. That's what nicotine will do to your lungs, bro.
Wow.
Don't do it.
Hear that?
Isn't that nasty?
Oh, really? What was that?
Well, I just said nasty.
Yeah.
Yep. God. Yeah, so I got my work cut out for me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and John, you guys, if you also if you haven't met John, he is a co-host on the OU812 guitar show, and they broadcast on Sundays. I think at my time it was around noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you know, let me give me a moment here, John DeShane. I want to go. Give me a second here. There you are. Oh, I love your icon, dude. Yeah, John, there you are. I just subscribed to your channel and I hit your notification bells. So if you put anything up, God, you don't have a really huge channel, but maybe that's not what you're after. Of course, really, if you're hoping to be a success in YouTube, like, don't quit your day job, right? Everybody go and subscribe to John DeShane's channel if you would. And then, let me see. I want to put another link up. Give me a second here. I've got to figure out how to do this. Let's go to my channel. I'm going to go to my history. Oop, God damn it. Come on. That's not what I meant to do. I'm going to find a link, and I'm going to post a link in the comments. Give me a second here. I'll find it. Boy, I watched some weird shit last night when I was sleeping. I did watch Brett Favre's first Super Bowl win. Back before he was doing the... Okay, hang on. Where are you? Where is it? Where are you? There's Rick Romanelli. I watched a bit of Rick Romanelli yesterday. Guitar Time with Rick. Sunday, there it is. Here it is. Okay. Let me copy this link. This is R2, R3 jamming. Some good guitar playing, and there are some really... Oh, everything you do is on Ryan's channel. Okay, I'm gonna put a link here. Let me paste this in here. If you guys haven't seen this broadcast, be sure to subscribe to this guy's channel. Ryan is his name, and subscribe and check out the link that I gave you was from last Sunday's broadcast, so feel free to run over there or right click on it and open in a new browser window. But it is a really cool way, and you'll get to see other dudes that get to play with one another, and the level of playing on that show is not amateur. I'll just say that right now. If you want to become a better guitar player, play with people who are better than you. That's the advice I've gotten from a very, very young age. That's what we tell all of our clients, and everybody here plays professionally. We're not, 50-year-old dudes with a recording studio. We actually play. So check that. 40 minutes, man. Right on. Go check out that channel, and if you aren't subscribed, definitely subscribe to that guy's channel and check out the Sunday Jams. Kevin, you'd really get a kick out of that. I don't know what kind of free time you've got on Sundays, but it is a really cool broadcast. Lots of cool subjects that they talk about and such. Just really neat. So let's move on with doing a little more work. Strap button that was horrendously placed in the bad spot on this guitar. And give me a second. I need to find my screwdriver. There you are. So now you're saying, why would you pull a screw out of that guitar? Well, because this is not original, and I don't know if somebody, whoops, let me point the camera where the work's being done here. There we go. See that? Yes, that's on the top of the neck. It's not down here where it should be. I have no idea why somebody did that. And they used a really short screw. Yeah, that barely was being held. And look at that. That much screw was holding the strap button on there. Crazy. Okay. That's such a bummer. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill it. Probably going, why would you do that? Just leave it in there. That just looks dumb. I'm sorry if somebody did that, and I am not calling you dumb, but what? Is it lefty? I ate lunch about 2 hours ago. What time did I eat lunch? About 2:30. Yeah, it's been, oh shit, 3 hours ago almost. What time is it? Holy smokes! Where did the day go? Okay, so I'm gonna fill the hole, right? And that's a mahogany neck. So give me a second. I'm gonna go find me a piece of something close to looks like mahogany. Give me a second. Hey. Look what I found. Piece of walnut. How about that? I'm good. Alright. So now you might ask, why are you using this and not a toothpick? Well, because this is the color of the wood that's in the guitar. The guitar is made out of. Right? And I don't need a very big piece of it. So, there's my beginning of my dowel that I'm going to dowel this with. How do you make it round? Right? How do you make it round? Let me show you. Now, I probably cut this too short, but I may actually cut it a little bit longer, just because it's a little bit too short. So there's my dowel, right? Watch this. Sorry. 920. Webcam deactivate. Activate. There we go. Sorry, I unplugged my camera. Hey. It happens. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Got to get my pedals out where I can use them. Okay, Kevin. Now, I'm about to play a Stratocaster without the whammy bar on it, and I'm really sorry that I have to do this to you guys, but I am going to play a Stratocaster and not use a whammy bar, because the whammy bar is in the case and I'm just too lazy to go get it. Okay?
Last 25 minutes, you got her?
I got her.
All right.
I got her. Have a good night, Mike.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow in the morning.
Okay. You bringing Mallory with you tomorrow? That was kind of fun.
Maybe I will. I'll bring her down. I'll see how Lori's doing. And
Yeah. I got
I
you.
just got to go get Lori something to eat.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't it?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
He's flying. Time's flying. I couldn't believe I looked up at the clock. It's like it's 5:30. Good Lord.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll see. Were they pumped?
Yep. He said he might be in tonight to pick that up, but probably tomorrow is what he said.
How much was the bill?
$285.
Oh, I didn't have my glasses on. Yeah, so.
Should I make it $585?
Well, that's a deal.
Boy. Well,
Oh, shit, there was a work order. Oh, right, okay.
I got it. I put it on the case, yeah.
That's fine.
And I'll talk to Stu tomorrow first thing.
See what it's worth, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll talk to Mike, who bought the other one.
Oh, yeah. And this one also.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be, the other person I think might be Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of those guys might be interested in these things.
And, yeah, this one I think is worth, not what I told him originally. I think it's worth less.
Yeah.
But
I
what do you
haven't
think
even-
he'll take?
What's that?
What do you think he'll take for it? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. I haven't even looked it up yet.
Okay.
And
What?
just so you know, nicotine. So you know what I got
This?
at this one. That one
Oh.
probably does too, but this thing, can you see it? Look
Oh, yeah, I can, yeah.
I got a full day of cleaning on this thing to get that shit off of it. But
Well, he's got
that's
to.
the way it goes, man.
Yep.
I mean, it's got to come
Well,
off.
if it does, it's going to ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to come back to life, but it's
Oh,
not going to
boy.
be easy.
Oh. You know, and it looks kind of shiny just with where it's, but when I get that shit off of there,
Gonna
it's
be
gonna
beautiful.
boom. Yeah.
Well, that's
I
all.
just-
I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And there's a note for Stewie out there too. But
Okay.
this one, if we can,
Try and move that.
yeah,
Move on
and
it.
make some money for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got to get something. He's a really nice guy, the guy that owns that thing.
Great guy.
Yeah. I can't remember if I worked on a guitar for him before or.
I think
can't-
his wife goes to the chiropractor, and he comes over and hangs out. And I remember talking to him before. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he had no problem leaving that with us.
Yeah, no. I think I worked on one of his other guitars for him.
What was that other guy? Did you talk to? That had never been in the store?
Yeah. They're new to LeGrand.
2 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I was kind of like, hey, where you been? But yeah, he's gonna bring a guitar in, have me fix it for him, set it up. So we got a new customer.
What kind of guitar is it?
It's an acoustic Simon and Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just a little nervous about turning the truss rod. Like, well, as long as you keep breaking guitars, I'm happy.
See you later.
See you later, Mike. All right, now I know that was probably blowing your heads off, the volume. So, what should I play? finish tuning. Kevin plays these wimpy little 8-gauge strings. I'm joking, man. You know I'm joking with you. Let's see. How's the Strat? What do you think? Is it okay? Is it fixed? What do we do to this thing? Oh, the volume pot. Yeah, we just replaced the volume pot. Where is that old piece of junker that was? Oh, I threw it away. This had that double pull volume pot. It's got some kind of special circuit in it. It's kind of highfalutin and fancy. I think it has to do with the coil tap. Yeah, because there's dual pots underneath this one, and when you tap the coil, one of the volume controls works with one of the pickups, and then the other one works with the other one. Something like that. It's fancy. Why am I in studio mode? Oh, I'm not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hopefully the guitar sounded okay. Kev? What? Kevin. Am I wrong? This isn't your Strat? Wait a minute. Nah. Kevin's messing with you. It's on the internet. It must be true. Beautiful. This thing is really nice. Volume control is working just fine on it, Kev. Yeah. I don't think you have another guitar in here. Man, I got a shitload of guitars. God, you guys. I'm just so busy. Oh, geez. I gotta listen to that noise. Shut up. All right. Oh, on the treble side of my Strats. That's cool. That seems like a good plan. Well, I was hoping to get a bit more done on this Epiphone, but I'm not gonna make you all suffer through watching me sit here and clean this thing. And also, there are some products available that I'm well aware of that I'm going to go acquire how do I put this lightly, to clean the nicotine shit off of this guitar. Man, it's tragic. If that doesn't make you not want to smoke, I don't know what will. But I didn't get my hole plugged. I'll finish this up tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get going, you guys. We're getting ready to close up the shop for the day. I've got to take care of some paperwork, some bookkeeping. You know what I'm talking about when I mean paperwork, right? Yeah. So I wanted to just say thanks again for everybody who stopped in. I was hoping to get a lot more done on this tonight, but I got a lot of cleaning to do on it. So maybe I'll continue this broadcast, and I'll use the same title for it the next time. At least I'll try, and let you guys see what this thing looks like in its full glory. It just takes way too long to clean nicotine off of an instrument, and I got a lot of work now on this one, so I think y'all know what I mean. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening, morning. Maybe it's Wednesday or Monday or whatever day it might be where you are in the world. Have a great evening. It's evening here on the west coast of the United States. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you would. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, and you'll know when I'm on. I don't do a lot of these anymore. Peace, y'all. Have a great evening.